Positive Art Steve Arts 89. Well, I've been talking about all the people I've met, celebrities and genre actors and stuff like that. But I've also got to be in a couple of things. One thing was just working camera on a Channel 31 show. It was just cool to see my name in the credits and that. Another thing was being an extra on the Australian gay film Holding the Man. That was a lot of fun. But the other thing I got to do that I always wanted to do was walk in the Mardi Gras and be on the Mardi Gras TV presentation, because they usually show that each year. They started doing it sort of mid-90s. They started airing it, and there's been a lot of politics backwards and forwards in that, but it was aired the year that I was in it. And it's a fairly long process. Like, I was kind of lucky because, I mean, a lot of the floats, they all have to coordinate their hair, their makeup, their costumes, and they have to have their routines and practice, and it's like a production, like a theatre production, basically. But because I was in one of the lever groups, it was very individual, and people just came wearing whatever they wore, and they just walked as a group, and there wasn't a lot of hassle. I just knew someone who got me in. I wasn't actually a part of that the group that actually had the float in there, but they were happy to include people. So, and I met some people that were very nice on that, and we shared that experience together, and it is an experience. Basically, you spend your whole life as a gay person, you feel like being told there's something wrong with you and being vilified and being looked at as something negative, and when you walk in the march, you feel the audience and you realize they're all there to celebrate you, they're all there to support you and love you, and you just feel this love and attention and warmth just coming from everywhere. Everywhere you look, there's the crowds on the side, there's the people in the buildings, you look up the buildings, there's people hanging out all the windows, and it's just an amazing feeling of love, and it did bring me to tears on several occasions, I must admit. It was really overwhelming. I'm really glad I did it. And the best part, though, was I got to be in the broadcast just by chance, and it was in a really amazing part. This was the year that Madonna had performed at the Brit Awards, and she was pulled off the stage by her cape, which made, got attention all around the world. And they were talking about that in one of the little sections, because they'd sort of show the parade, and then they'd sort of go to the presenters and the hosts and that, and then they'd go back to the parade again. And they're talking about Madonna and how she had this accident, and they showed footage of it, and they talked about her and what they thought about it. And then the next shot they cut back was me and the guy I was with, Nate, and I just spotted a red light come on the camera above me. I said, the camera's on. And I said, just wait, listen. So I stopped, and I made him walk back a little bit to make sure we're in the shot, and then we kept walking as the camera zoomed past us, and that was on air. As soon as that light went red, we were on air, so I knew. And when I watched the broadcast later, I saw they're talking about Madonna, and then the very next shot is me. And I'm like, well, that's just perfect. Thank you, God. I wanted to walk in the parade. I wanted to be on the show, be in the live broadcast, and I have a copy of it, and it's kind of fun. But unfortunately, because there's music in the background, I can't put it on YouTube because of copyright. So I guess I could mute it. But it was a great experience. The guy I met, I got along very well with after that, but he recently committed suicide, and that's been really disturbing, because now, as much as I love the experience of being in the march, and the great memories I have of that night, there is also that sadness attached to it as well. But it was an amazing experience. I'm really glad I did it. We also have a local Pride March, which we have every year. It's much smaller in St Kilda. There's not as much politics. It's not, commercialized or monetized or, put on TV. It's not like, it's nothing like that. It's more of a grassroots, real sort of, celebration. And I did walk in that the same year with another lever group, so it's very easy. You don't have, everyone's individual, and it was nice to see people I know in the crowd as I walk past, and it's sort of the same situation where you sort of feel the love and support, and the pride and everything. And I understand why people walk in these things regularly. I understand why we need to have them. And it's amazing because, like I said, most of the time being gay is difficult in society. And just to have just one day a year where instead of feeling like everyone's judging you and hating you, to feel people loving you and supporting you and just celebrating and literally cheering for you and hanging out windows and balconies cheering for you. It's an amazing experience, and I think everyone should, every gay person should walk in something like the Mardi Gras, if you've got one.